Oh, this is the death build. This is or no, it's back alley. My bad. Grimace has Earth as well. I was gonna say it's death because it has Grimace, but yeah, this is Aoyama on Earth because it has back alley Haymaker and um Hulking Grimace. Yeah, it's definitely throwing free Grimaces. We we found that out earlier on TTS. Actually, I guess it might not be the same deck, the one on tabletop to in paper, but I assume they're very similar. But we do have Tiger going second, and Tiger's pretty interesting. Tiger can flip that speed and damage on Hulk and Grimace to make it totally unblockable, but a much more reasonable amount of damage. So that'll be interesting to see. Aoyama does pump speed as well, though. So a lot of times those attacks are pretty similar statted from Aoyama. Yeah, and this is Order Tiger. We got the jolts in there. We got Extendo Hair. All right. One of my favorite pet cards, Extendo Hair Strike. Yeah, Joel Half Hot. Half Hot's fallen out of favor with some people I know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's there. Just a 4 mid 4 always deals and has breaker sometimes. One of grasping tape toss and then burst to finish. That sounds right. Hmm. Hopefully Aoyama is. I would expect it. Here's overhead reversal. It's a 3 low for 4 throw that just finds tight lipped for us. So I was expecting to see a lot more Aoyama get played. Specifically because of this card finding tight lipped on 2 symbols with back alley Haymaker. Yeah, Aoyama 1 is a great character that you can always pick up and you can take to your locals. And you can just say, look, man, I'm going to pump one really big attack at you and play it for free. You got to kill me before I set off the bomb. Because you can see in Devin's stage already, right? There is 2 brute strength and a tight lipped and a quick attack. So if he's low enough health, which the brute strengths get him there, then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 damage and 2 speed. Or no, I guess just the 1 speed from that. Plus whatever he flips gets speed. So, it's going to be like cut 1, flip 1, plus 1 speed, then possibly destroy 1 for another speed. Ooh, early burst. The early burst gets the worm. This is probably gonna deal. There's a chance the low block in Devin's hand is just way more important than blocking something this early. We're at 28. We should fix that. And he paid the one, so I have to fix that. Dude, this is the reason I shouldn't have Devin on every week is because he plays brute strength, and he makes it a pain in the ass to update the life totals. That would be the real reason to not include him, because he's always playing brute strength. Okay, so he chooses to block. He says a hulking grimace is not necessarily ending the game next turn, but giving you momentum for a reciprocal burst might. That's what I'm reading from this. He said, let's block it while we can. We'll worry about the rest. Maybe he just already has another hulking grimace ready to go. Who knows? That would feel real bad. Oh boy. Turn shot. I have to commit to. Well, that's okay, because Tight Lip will flip it and ready one of them. Choosing not to keep the card draw open, though. Signifying either very, very big aggression or just not wanting to give up the information that we're done attacking. True. True. Say I'm playing webcam when pigs fly. That's true. I don't mind webcam as much as I thought I would. I mind setting up my webcam, because I have one really bad one and I have one really good one. And this one is the good one, and I need it to point at my cards when I play webcam. Not into messing with that regularly, so I do plan to get a second webcam soon enough. Jasco sponsorship win. I used to prefer playing a lot. I'm kind of in the middle right now. Only because with commentating, like, the stress is more spread out, I think. Whereas with playing, it's like, with commentating, I'm going to be there all day. And the stress is, I hope I don't mess up. The stress with playing is I might have wasted my time. I would feel like if I scrub out, I would. Commentating does not pay better anymore. Not after the HLC. I think overall, I made more money playing than commentating last year. But I played in a lot more events than I commentated. People really wanted the provisional promos, the provisional showdown promos. And Like if you don't count the travel reimbursement, like flight and food and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I edge out. I'm pretty sure I edged out playing over commentating, but commentating is guaranteed, right? Commentating is guaranteed money. You're guaranteed to be there all day. You know, stuff like that's really cool. But if I had made the HLC, I definitely would have made more money playing than commentating, like by far. I definitely I definitely prefer playing when I'm doing well. Like I honestly and part of the promos thing, like, I made more money because I sold promos, not because of like prize money, right? A big part of that I think was getting the prizing in person and just getting prizing from webcam events first and being the first person to list them. So a lot of that's conditional. Because if I went to like if I went to an event, I guess I'll just say any event, whether it was webcam or in person, and it wasn't the first provisional and it wasn't like the second provisional, I probably wasn't going to get to sell those promos, and if I did, they were like $20 at most. So the money makers were all the very first provisional for every season. So half hot comes down, half hot always deals at least one, but looks like it's going to do its full damage. And then Tiger Punch, which Tiger Punch always draws. So as long as you block it, it's always going to draw. We got Devin down to 19. Looks like Tiger's actually at 24. Let me update that real quick. Chatting about payouts last year. Damn, I'm trying to make HLC this year. Me too, bud. Me too. It'll be really interesting to see how many people qualify for Nats. The only time you don't block a Tiger Punch is when Eraserhead plays it. If Eraserhead makes it like 5 speed and would block and draw 2 cards, then maybe not. But yeah. Tiger Punch is usually a free block, eats a breaker, you get to draw a card. It's pretty cool. Ooh, it looks like we're gonna commit to put some extra stats on it. Okay. Get a little more punishing. You gotta pick between all the most toxic aggro decks: Okoyami, Ojiro, and Jiro. I did a reaction to Suited Up on stream earlier. I talked about Suited Up and a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh, here it is. Here's the breaker block we talked about. Tiger Punch just soaking up those breaker blocks. I don't think Suited Up is insane. I think it's pretty okay. It gets to be played in like some insane cards. Or some insane characters, I should say. Mm-hmm. You guys think so? +1 damage every attack? Suited up is like a 3 damage stronger in darkness. Like, you gotta remember that you have to commit it with a cost, guys. Like, what character are you playing this in? Which character makes surviving the final suited up insane? Thero 2? Anyone? You know, the speed ability is only... You're going to commit... No. You guys know how you have to commit it? You have to commit it by paying a cost. You can't do that by passing a check. It has no ability to commit itself unless you are paying a commit number foundations cost ability. If it was more than once per enhanced step, it would be nuts. If you could do both of it at the same time, it would be insane. But it's got just enough hoops that as a 3-5? No, it doesn't work for checks, my dude. At least that's not how it used to work. They could rule it differently, but it should be like paying a cost. That is commit blank foundation. Also, I got the queue open. For anyone who wants to jump in queue after Unfun Fridays, I'll play some games on TTS. And I have a deck built with Suited Up already, so you guys can check that out. But I don't think Suited Up's going to be super nutty. I'm not super convinced. You have to pick between speed or damage like 90% of the time. You have to commit it with specific costs. Yeah, it seems very okay. It's another card that makes Bakugo very approachable. Like, it makes Bakugo look kind of crazy if you can commit it. Like, Bakugo with that and Grenadier Bracers. Or no, because you would still need a speed pump. It's just more damage. Hey, Divine Otter, thanks for the follow. Ooh, we got a 1.3 million coming out. So we blocked the half hot. But 1.3 million into double, it can't be fixed. Devin's already here. In deadlock, chillin', vibing. Feeling good about things. Mill him out. Mill him out through it can't be fixed. Yeah, air rescue completed, that's what I'm all about, right? Like, that with rescue completed is like -3 speed, and that's sick. I don't think that wins games. I think air with rescue completed and suited up is a lot of 3 divs for a symbol that doesn't survive that. For a symbol that is very weak to getting their stuff flipped and getting their stuff sealed by irrefutable. All right, so the question here is going to be, does Devin have the low block? We're switching the speed and damage. Make it very fast, but very face tankable. I don't know if I like that decision. Because if Devin wanted to, he probably could still block that. It's just now not something he needs to block. So if that was a mid block with only 1 card in hand, you know, we gave up about this. I guess we did the same amount of damage. We would have done 1 more damage if he mid blocked it, so Not the biggest deal, but if it was a low block, I feel like he still had it, right? Like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, like one card in card pool, 12 speed. We can check, if we check a 5, we can commit up to 15. So 16 with our character. So that includes a +3 low block. Interesting. Good build out from Tiger, though. And making it more likely to deal damage to get card draw is not a bad idea. So, all in all, we probably wasn't going to end the game right. We're going to go all the way there. So, encouraging Devin to just be like, hey, man, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You know, I draw a card, you take 7 less damage. It makes sense. But is Tiger going to get another turn? Tiger might regret this pretty soon. 24 to 13. 24 is a decent chunk of health. We have double desperate times, but Devin's probably down to start blowing stuff up for brute strength anyways. Triple brute strength, double tight lip, double one with nature. How many does Tiger have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. No deadlock. You're tilted that suited up is not as good as you thought. Air with rescue completed. Like Sarah 1 with rescue complete is probably like its peak. Yeah, I made All Might 3 with 3 of them in it because it seemed cute because All Might 3 can commit it to draw cards if he wants speed pump, or he can leave it ready if he wants damage pump. Honestly, if it wasn't unique, if Suited Up wasn't unique and you were a character who could acquire multiple of them and not feel weird about it, I could see that. You know, if you get like 3 or 4 out and you can like commit 2 of them to be air and or not air to be speed and 2 of them to leave as damage, that could get nutty, but that's so late game. All right. So, we have Back Alley Haymaker. Gets the stun down. Gets the speed reduced. Looks like we had a gotcha and an ice gliding coming down to reduce. But between double one with nature and Aoyama response, this could be as fast as we want it to be, basically. Requesting coming out, getting that ice gliding back up. It's like we walked into the desperate times as well. And we were, like I said, just okay with destroying some foundation. I guess with Aoyama, you don't want to start turbo destroying your foundation. Oh, we just built it back. Easy peasy. We just cycled and then got to destroy that into our discard pile. But yeah, as Aoyama, I guess you don't want to turbo destroy all your face downs because you still want the reduced difficulty. But this is back up to 4 speed. We can EX it. We can 1 with nature. It looks like we're doing here. Oh, he snack timed. He didn't 1 with nature. He snack timed, which is correct, by the way. A lot of people are 1 with naturing when they should be snack timing, and they have both on board. That is the correct order to do that in. Now you get the stun. Hmm. How big do we want to make this? I think we have a naval laser beam. We're gonna clutch that one momentum for naval laser beam in hand. I could be wrong. Yeah, we're discarding more cards. This time it's one with nature, I'm pretty sure. So it's like effectively a 9 mid. Unless we want with nature. And we can still start flipping and quick to act. Or I think we already did quick to act. Another one with nature. So we end up giving this like -3 speed. And it's now like +3 speed and effectively +7. And we can still start brute strengthening to get this damage pump. Pretty crazy. Yeah, we're just gonna take that 11. Kind of teased blocking with ice gliding, and then had no chance, or at least not a good one, not an automatic one. All tied up, 13-13. Should have made it just work. What are you talking about, Drew? Here's a hardened chop on a 6. Gonna check a 3, but that's okay. We'll get to ready one of those by destroying it and building a new one. And then if Tiger wants to block this, they have to discard a card, which might not be the worst thing because we have passing the torch out. So there is that. You think that committing to pass checks would have helped against aggro meta? So like, you can do that, right? Just think of it as a 3 difficulty foundation. Yeah, just think of it as a 3 difficulty foundation. It is way better for aggro than it is for defense. Because like a bunch of defensive responses or like specialists of sound won't get the extra -1 speed. Having to commit cards for rescue completed is like not the best. Yeah, it's cute. Like anyone can use it with training weights, but what if you need damage, right? But you already committed it for speed. Oh no. Can't go back and forth on it. It also doesn't have an electromagnetic stomp symbol, right? You can't even like tease which direction you're gonna go. It's a very okay card. It's neat. It's a cool idea. At some point, I'll tell you what'll make Suited Up really good, guys. If there's ever a card that increases bonuses by 1, that's, if it increases bonuses by 1, instead of doing exactly what Suited Up does, and you play it with Suited Up, and all of a sudden it's +1 to the bonus it got, and then +2 speed instead of +1. Or +1 damage, or whatever. But this hardened chop is getting pretty big. We looked away for a moment to talk about Suited Up again, and all of a sudden this is 7 low for 9. Not quite lethal, but you know, we can start pressing some buttons here. Alright, gonna press some more buttons. We could make this lethal, right? With all of our brute strengths and our one with natures. We're just waiting to see if Tiger wants to flip this. As soon as Tiger hits the once per turn button to make an attack faster than it deals damage, Devin just gets to hit every plus damage ability in his stage to end the game. And now it's not going to matter. Yeah, after this attack, if this attack deals, it won't matter after this. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to hit it anyways. Yeah, so you got to make it lethal to force out the once per turn. Comes a tight lip. And now you wanted to do the once per turn before the flips come out, right? Because the flips are adding speed, which makes the once per turn worse. So we're almost certainly going to have to block this. We haven't committed to it yet via ice gliding. There's a chance that no matter what, we can't block this double one with. So I don't know how many more cards Devin has. Yeah, this is late game death symbol. This is just what happens when you build like a 50 card aggro deck and don't kill it for 3 turns. Yeah. Like this is why Devin plays Death Eraserhead, because between brute strength and tight lipped, you have so much damage pump. You just have actually so much damage pump. And then on the earth symbol, you get to add in one with nature. Oh, you get to add in snack time. All your cards turn into damage. Quick to act, all your cards are just stats. So very cool stuff. Very interesting stuff. We basically did 3 attacks, right? 3 big ones. Take down Tiger in game 1. Everything swung for like 11-11. And that's the thing, right? Like the biggest thing about this deck is it's not one stat or the other. While we are doing a lot more damage than speed, when we're getting our damage from tight lipped, we're still getting speed. When we're getting our damage from one with nature, we're getting plus to the block mod. You know, when we're getting speed from snack time, right? We still get the damage from one with nature. So a lot of really cool stuff coming together to kind of build a little house of damage. You know, brick by brick, stat by stat, until eventually we totaled up 33. One with nature, probably best foundation. Like, it's weird. Pound for pound, no. Like, in a vacuum, no. But when it comes to my opponent has no out, yes. I think snack time pounds for pound is way better than one with nature, except for cards like it can't be fixed, right? So, like, it's contextual. Like, one with nature combos with other cards, though, when you discard. So if you don't have the ability to just discard 5 cards per enhance step, you discard for the other things, you'll get the damage. I do think it's one of the best rates for an offensive ability. Like, there's a lot of decks that just draw 1 million cards anyways. And they're not going to survive next turn, so they don't care. Like, we're at a... For this meta, right? Like, if you want to go deep and, like, kill someone, like, turn 2, turn 3, or kill them from an open board state, you got to go pretty far. And so aggressive cards, offensive cards that people are playing, you know, they make it worth it to go all in, basically. And One with Nature is probably the best all-in offensive card, the best all-in foundation ever. Snack Time is very close though. As a one diff, Snack Time is super close. So the fact that One with Nature gives damage is just that much better overall into board states that are already tapped. Imagine if a Racerhead could play One with Nature. +2 speed, respond for 1 damage. Like what he already does. So let's see what Tiger can do going first. Hey Zeldarn, thanks for the follow. Or that's a sub, my bad. Thanks for the sub. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. We hit the goal. Now the goals disappeared. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, I really do appreciate that. The sub goal trackers are always different, man. It's so weird. Because it shows, I don't know. I don't know if it shows on screen right, but it should be at 10. But it doesn't always update well. I now get to officially start Patreon sub goal. Maybe I should do Kissimmee first. Actually, yeah, let's do Kissimmee. There we go. Oh, I feel like you deserve it after you commentated for me at the HLC. I appreciate that. I was really happy to be a part of it. I was really happy to be doing. Like, if you had asked me when My Hero first dropped if I'd even do commentary, I wouldn't have believed it. And to especially believe I'd be the one doing it for the World Championship, like, it was pretty massive. So I appreciate that. What was your favorite game from the HLC? Oh, really quick, we got we had an electric jolt get breakered, but no punishment. So it still deals 1. But we did not disrupt the build turn too badly for Tiger. Some giant purple thing at the top of my chat, and I have no clue what it's a part of or why it's there. Have to fix that later, I guess. Well, what was your favorite game that you played? If you missed almost all of the games, but we did see that Funny Punch win day one. That shit was great. What was your favorite game that you played? Ooh, okay. Okay, Tiger. Okay. Searing Glacial Storm. Okay. So we can bring everything back down to 5, which would mean Tiger would have to remove 3 foundation. And Devin would have to remove 3 as well. Or we can just hit him with the stun 2 and the schmicks. Interesting. Yeah, I figured that was probably the best match of the tournament, actually. Your last one versus Philip. Yeah. I was really hoping you would draw the backswing because, you know, from a perfect play standpoint, it's like an unlosable position, right? But just one mental misstep and he didn't get punished for it. Damn. Okay, so we do see the first E from Searing Glacial Storm come out. Both players going to remove 3 foundations from the game, go back down to 5. Holding on to requesting and it can't be fixed as like zeros that count for more than 1. Pretty funny. We see a mid block. We take half. Going down to 23. Not feeling great about our mid zone. And because of that firstie, we didn't get to Tiger Enhance. We didn't get to draw a card off that dealing damage because Searing Glacial Storm sends it right to the block. Yeah, that game was absolutely wild. I can't wait till they upload it to YouTube. It's so upsetting that it's taking so long. I get why it's taking so long, but it shouldn't. So, but I can't wait till they upload the HLC games to YouTube. Over here in this game, though, here's a half-hot ignition. This will get the Tiger Enhance, but even though it's completely blocked by the seizing the advantage, it will still deal 1, and Tiger will get to draw a card off of it. And we're going to play another half-hot. So we are going to commit 3 here, but this is guaranteed momentum for Recipro Burst and more guaranteed card draw. Yeah, this is probably just 4 Jolt, 4 half-hot, some number of momentum dump finishers, and Searing Glacial Storm after the sideboard. So Searing Glacial Storm into half hot, half hot. Very funny stuff. Looks like we're going to... Huh. Looks like we got 1 speed and 1 damage from something. I guess maybe we modified the speed and damage and responded for 1 damage. It looked like it had 1 speed and 1 damage. Either way, Devin probably wasn't blocking that, and then we're going to build. So Tiger's still at full. Devin now down to 17, but maybe most importantly, Tiger's sitting on 3 momentum. How important is it going to be that Tiger has 3 momentum going into the next turn? Hey, Thantech, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Easing the advantage into a naval laser beam. Okay. Checks the 3 on the laser beam, though. Doesn't feel great, but this is going to purely be a stat-based laser beam. Nothing to unflip. Getting rid of requesting. I like that call. I could see myself hitting unexpected hero here, but requesting is probably the better long-term play. Now, what's going to be really interesting is, do we start flipping stuff to try and make this unblockable? Because it can't be fixed. You know, we are almost certainly going to be playing against like a stun 1 low attack somewhere, whether it's burst or whether it's 1.3 million. So I don't think we'll see the zeros get flipped, but we might see snack time get flipped just to try to get that speed high enough to go through unblocked and finally chew into this giant tiger wall. There is less than 10 minutes left in the round, though, as well. So Devin kind of in a position to almost just play not to lose at your local. That would be lame, though. I don't think Devin's that kind of... Yep. Flip for the 2 damage? No, 2 speed. Yep. Flip for 2 speed. Respond with Aoyama. So it gets a total of 3. So it's at 5 now. 8 mid, pretty hard to deal with. Still totally blockable though, especially if you want to put the unexpected hero on this. Thing with the brute strength as well, just to make my life harder as someone who has to change the life total. Tight lipping it away. Okay. Going for all of the speed. And this keeps the stats pretty close together, right? We talked about that after game 1. Keeping the stats close in numbers, so when the tiger flip happens, it's not worth very much. Alright, unexpected hero and ice gliding gonna come down. -5 speed total. Making this a big deal if we actually do. Oh, we are gonna flip to get that extra 1 speed in there now. Now we tiger once per turn? Yep. Now we tiger once per turn because it's only 5 speed, so we can flip it and make it only 5 damage. We don't even have to risk blocking it. So a lot of cards flipped for Devin here. A lot of resources used up, but now we have a momentum at least. But we don't have a breaker block. And what did we really deny, right? We got rid of a +3 damage enhance. We got rid of requesting assist. So, not a spectacular turn, not an awful turn. Just a turn that might be too late for this game. A turn that might be just a little too late. There's only 5 minutes and 45 seconds left, so let's see how this plays out. Ooh, this might be a stun, boy. You do have the it can't be fixed out. So theoretically, we'd only be stunning a total of 1 resource, whereas we're at 5, we can just delete some of Devin's. And if we delete face downs, that actually kind of hurts him, right? It actually slows him down to lose all of his face down foundations. He can either lose all of his face downs or he can lose and it can't be fixed and almost all. This is interesting stuff. What would you guys do? Would you guys do the first E and put him down to only the 5 that he has ready, most likely? Or would you stun 2? Which is effectively just stun 1. Remember, you're already at 5, so you don't lose anything. Yeah, Devin choosing to keep the face up resource, right? Because if we eat a stun attack, it's basically a ready foundation. And then on top of that, it's a face up we can flip for tight-lipped later. So I don't hate the decision. They're going to take 6 on the nose, though, going down to 10 in dangerous territory. And here's Extendo Hair. I think this is going to be game. It's going to be up to... We have a Jolt. Jolt doesn't matter here, right? Oh, I guess we get to stun 1 and Jolt. So that's a total of 1. Oh, and coping? Alright, yeah, Jolt the coping. Or the apathetic, either one. The main thing is we should be able to get this to a high enough speed after we do the... We should be able to get enough speed, do the damage and speed swap, and then EX it. Make it fast enough. Alright, we commit our ice glidings for speed and gotcha for speed and damage. Then we do the swap so it's 10 damage. Then we just EX it to the moon. Yanking on the... I think he's looking up what Extendo Hair Strike says. Gotcha. Yep, looks like this one's going to be a tie. Looks like Unfun Fridays is going to end in a tie this week. Righty. Yep, apathetic to flip an ice gliding. It's just going to be down to Tiger to sequence this all properly at this point. Because it looks like because we didn't jolt down apathetic, we're actually going to be 1 speed too short for the swap. Or did we swap already? Oh, I think we swapped already. What? Huh. I looked at my phone to get 1 text. And I missed the play of the game. Yeah, so we needed to get up to like 9 speed. And then we do the swap so it becomes 9 damage. And then we respond for 1 damage to make it 10. And then we EX all of our momentum away. And then it'll be like 4 speed or whatever when we do that. Be like 5 speed, you know? And then we get the biggest EX number we can, which is EX5. Then we dump 15 speed on this. So this could have been like a 19 speed for 10. But we still have... It looks like we're just going to opt to make it lethal on a partial. Interesting. We might just have another follow-up attack. Have a second extendo. Right now it's looking like it's 9 high for 6 damage. Okay, down to 4 for Devin. Interesting. We didn't want to jolt the apathetic because of the candy fig. Is that time? I guess time was called. Yeah. Okay, so Devin actually appearing to escape undefeated by the skin of his teeth. Just one little oopsie. Just one little oopsie. I guess I was wrong. I guess we needed to actually jolt that apathetic. It did matter. So when it comes to sequencing, guys, remember, do all the math first and then do your first enhance. Make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. I still think there might have been a way that we get there, but yeah, see, we get 1 damage from committing gotcha, 1 damage from committing ice gliding with our response. That can get us up to 5 damage, 7 speed. Yeah, you gotta do the response after you flip. Yeah, you gotta do the response after, yeah, you gotta do the response after you flip speed and damage. Make that work, but it was gonna be exact lethal. It was the only way we could get there. But congratulations to Devin. He's been working on the death symbol a lot. It's cool to see him on the earth symbol, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's Unfun Fridays. I'm gonna play some viewer games on TTS if people are down, so check it out.